All right, thanks, Daniel. And we'll be back with CBB as promised right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
it's easy being green.
Good job, guys.
Hula.
Welcome. And with the cabinet confirmations and upcoming inauguration, which is the main topic on Capitol Hill, you may have missed the story of the newly discovered moth species. It has a certain distinctive yellowish coif and piercing stare, and has been christened Neopalpa donaldtrumpi, or Trump Moth, in honor of America's 45th President, Donald Trump. Just like its namesake, the new species is easily distinguished by scientists from other Neopalpa or twirler moth by the yellowish-white scales that cover the adult head and the orange, yellow, and brown wings. But this micromoth is tiny, with a wingspan of less than 1 centimeter. The specimens were collected in xeric or dry sandy habitats. Currently, little is known about its life history, and its host plant is still unknown. But perfectly timed, just days before America's 58th presidential inauguration, evolutionary biologist Dr. Vazrick Nazari named the new moth species after the Donald, in hopes a famous moniker will spark public attention. The Trump moth can be found in Southern California and Mexico, specifically the Algodones Dunes in Southern California. Their fragile dune habitats are often threatened by recreational use, especially by dune-buggy enthusiasts. The Algodones Dunes are the largest dune ecosystem in the U.S. There are many rare species that are common to the Algodones Dune system, so the region overall is biologically unique on a global scale. While the dunes located north of State Route 78 have been designated the North Algodones Dunes Wilderness and is off limits to vehicular traffic, the unprotected area is the largest sand dunes open to off-highway vehicles in the United States. Motorcycles, sandrails, ATVs, and four-wheel drive vehicles are commonly driven across the dunes. Open camping is permitted, and on major winter holidays, as many as 150,000 to nearly 250,000 people can visit in a single weekend. While many may think the dunes are barren of life, the dunes support a rich and diverse ecosystem of distinctive plants and wildlife. And in the rainy years, flowering annual plants spread a spectacular carpet of color across the sands. Given the leanings of the new administration, conservation may plunge in priority over the next few years. By putting the Trump name on the new micromoth, there's hope to inspire some interest in the next administration's efforts to continue to protect our vulnerable and fragile habitats across the United States. Remember, it's easy being green, conserving our natural habitats.
Have you ever been to the Algodones Dunes?
I have not been to that part of California. I would love to see these dunes.
Sounds like it's a pretty neat place.
Love to see
and now
the
they got a moth there that's pretty special, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see though.
Moth.
Less than a centimeter, like ooh.
Wow. A little moth.
Tiny little thing, but how cool is that?
That's awesome.
Good news for the moths. All right, thanks, Adele.